Good Friday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Conversation Daily News. Glad you all could be with us. Well, we made it to the end of another week because you have news headlines coming up on this Friday. Have a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you're part of my conversation with the best-selling author, Manswell T. Peterson. You don't want to miss that. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Friday headlines. In national news, the family of a Chicago woman who died in a hotel freezer agrees to a $10 million settlement. The family of a Chicago woman who froze to death after she became locked in a hotel freezer has agreed to a $10 million legal settlement. Kanika Jenkins' mother will receive about $3.7 million, according to court records made public on Tuesday, the Chicago Tribune reported. Other family members will receive $1.2 million and $1.5 million. Another $3.5 million will cover attorney's fees, with $6,000 covering the cost of Jenkins' funeral. Jenkins was found dead in the walk-in freezer at the Crown Plaza Hotel in suburban Rosemont in September 2017, a day after she attended a party there. The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office determined that she died of hypothermia and that her death was accidental. Alcohol intoxication and the use of a drug for treating epilepsy and migraines were significant contributing factors in her death, the office said. Surveillance videos released by police showed Jenkins wandering alone through a kitchen area near the freezer at around 3:30 a.m. on the day she disappeared. Martin filed a lawsuit in December 2018, alleging that the hotel, a security company, and a restaurant at the hotel that rented the freezer were negligent following Jenkins' disappearance. The lawsuit initially sought more than $50 million in damages. According to the lawsuit, friends that Jenkins had attended the party with alerted Martin at around 4 a.m. that she was missing. Martin contacted the hotel and was told it would review surveillance footage, according to the lawsuit. But Jenkins' body wasn't discovered for more than 21 hours after she was believed to have entered the freezer. Surveillance footage wasn't reviewed until police arrived at the hotel, according to the lawsuit. Had the hotel properly monitored the security cameras, Jenkins would be alive, the lawsuit argued. In more national news, jurors will begin deciding how much Giuliani must pay for lies in a Georgia election workers case. Jurors began deliberating on Thursday to decide how much Rudy Giuliani must pay two former Georgia election workers for spreading lies about them that led to a barrage of racist threats and upended their lives. Shay Moss and her mother, Ruby Freeman, were seeking tens of millions of dollars in damages over Giuliani's false claims, accusing them of ballot fraud, while the former New York City mayor was fighting to keep Republican Donald Trump in the White House after the November 2020 election won by Joe Biden. The potential hefty damages come at the same time Giuliani is gearing up to defend himself against criminal charges stemming from his legal representation of Trump. Giuliani's lawyer told jurors the damages the women are seeking will be the end of Mr. Giuliani. In his closing argument, an attorney for Moss and Freeman highlighted how Giuliani has not stopped repeating the false conspiracy theory, asserting the workers meddled in the 2020 presidential election. The attorney played a video of Giuliani outside the courtroom earlier this week, repeating the false claims about his clients. Giuliani had previously conceded in court documents that he made public statements falsely, accusing the women of ballot fraud. Mr. Giuliani has shown over and over again he will not take our clients' names out of his mouth, the attorney said. Facts will not stop him. He says he isn't sorry, and he's telegraphing he will do this again. Believe him, the attorney said. In more national news, Biden considers new border and asylum restrictions as he tries to reach Senate deal for Ukraine aid. Top Biden administration officials labored Wednesday to try to reach a last-minute deal for wartime aid for Ukraine by agreeing to Senate Republican demands to bolster U.S.-Mexico border policies, with urgency setting in as Congress prepares to leave Washington with the impasse unresolved. The White House was racing to lock in a deal, in principle, with key Senate negotiators, according to two people familiar with the plans who demanded anonymity to discuss them. A core negotiating group, which has included Homeland Security Secretary, departed the Capitol Wednesday evening after making progress, but without the principles of a deal finalized. In entertainment news, Barbra Streisand to receive Lifetime Achievement Award at SAG Awards. Barbra Streisand will receive the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 30th Screen Actor Guild Awards. The star will be the 59th recipient of the SAG-AFTRA Tribute February 24th at the Los Angeles Shrine Auditorium and Expo Hall, the Guild announced on Thursday. This year's SAG Awards, coming on the heels of the longest strike in SAG-AFTRA history, will be streamed live on Netflix. And finally, in business news, Wall Street drifts ahead of hopes for rate cuts as Dow ticks toward another record. Wall Street drifted Thursday following its big rally the day before on excitement that several cuts to interest rates may indeed be coming next year. The S&P 500 was unchanged in afternoon trading after giving up an earlier gain. It is within 1.9% of its all-time high set early last year. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 67 points, or 0.2%, and on track to set a record for a second straight day. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's our time for a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Friday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Words I Choose to Live By. Remember that no weapon formed against you will succeed as long as you stay within the protection of the Heavenly Father who created you. The battle is not yours. Allow Him to fight on your behalf, and victory will be yours every time. Have an amazing Friday and enjoy your weekend. We are part of my conversation coming up with best-selling author Manswell T. Peterson in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with Entertainment Spotlight. Best-selling author Manswell T. Peterson joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about his year in success. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Manswell, welcome back to the broadcast, man. Glad to speak with you.
Oh, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, look, glad to do it. So, Manswell, busy year for you, busy month for you. As we're having this conversation live, we're wrapping up, of course, Young Readers Week. One of the things I had the privilege of doing is introducing your kids' books featuring Braylon the Bear to some readers here in my home state of Mississippi. I want to first of all talk about this readership you have, Manswell. I mean, you have books for all ages, but let's talk about the young readers. What has it been like for you to provide books that young readers, as well as, of course, teens can enjoy?
Man, Braylon the Bear and friends have it's been a magical ride for us because the young kids have gravitated, and, they have their own favorite characters. Some people love Braylon, some of the kids love Timmy, some of the kids love Scooter, some of the kids love Chrissy and Calvin. And so it's just amazing to hear and watch their excitement, as they see the books and then people are buying them books and everything else. So it's been fun. It's been heartwarming. And so, it's something that you can never, really put into words.
For sure. And one thing that we've mentioned before and we've talked about is that your books for adults and even, of course, for teens, you write those solo. But talk to us about the experience of sharing Braylon the Bear and Friends with your wife. You co-wrote those with her. What was that experience like?
It was a great experience. She really wanted to jumpstart this series, and I had to take her through through all the obstacles of actually writing a book. And getting a book set for smaller kids is a lot more difficult than people understand. And I think she understands it more so now because you have to get to that reader's level. And so once she was able to honestly hone in on that skill set, she's got it down now to a T. But that's the biggest thing. Just writing with her is fun, going over new ideas for future books and, talking about new characters that we're going to introduce. And it's really fun.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. But I've got on Monday more news, message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and of course, your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let us go make today amazing. Take care.